Welcome to the Hidden Space channel. I'm Serge Green, and in this video, I'll show you how I created the cinematic AI video, The Power of Moment, using Runway, Midjourney, and Adobe software. If you haven't seen the video yet, check it out now, or stick around, the final version will be at the end. The concept of this video is to capture a moment of deep reflection that occurs during a challenging time. It's a short, dynamic journey of the spirit guided by an inner voice. It all starts suddenly, right in the moment. Then it flows from the present to thoughts about the past and a look into the future. Visually, I brought this to life using colors, styles, and sounds, while also testing how well Runway and Midjourney can handle scene control. Let's move on to the first stage. It's about what's happening right now. A dynamic start with FPV-style flights over natural landscapes and the city. First, I create all the necessary prompts and test them in Runway. I didn't use pre-generated images and worked exclusively in a text-to-video format. In some cases, I interpolated frames to create slow motion, making it easier to work with the footage, especially when creating speed ramps. To keep the viewer's attention in the first part, I recreated realistic flights with seamless transitions into the next location. I boosted all the videos from Runway to 30 frames per second and upscaled them to 4K. I moved to After Effects to set up the basic edit with speed ramps and bring the scenes together using light color correction. The latest generation from Runway Gen-3 shows amazing control capabilities using long prompts. In practice, Runway is also great at flights, water simulations, and much more. This opens up endless possibilities for storytelling. Now we enter the second stage. To speed up the process, I use ChatGPT to help with prompt creation. On the technical side, I started by creating all the images in Midjourney. If needed, I further adjusted the images in Photoshop, scaled them up, and then sent them to Runway to generate the necessary shots. This is a jump from daily life into the history of humanity. I focused on a few key events: building the pyramids in ancient Egypt, inventing the loom, the industrialization of the 20th century, and World War II with the Battle of Britain. Then we shift to more recent events like the first human spaceflight and the moon landing. These events smoothly guide us from the past into the future. To show the movement back in time and give the viewer a break after the fast-paced first part, the shots in the second stage are more static, black and white, and focused on simple actions. I slowly bring back color and add more energy towards the end. In After Effects, I added some stylized transitions to enhance the effect of jumping through historical events. I also continued connecting the shots using speed curves. Generating characters often required more attempts, especially for detailed hand movements and natural gestures. But guess what? The new generation of Runway nailed it. Incredible. To create the final shots, I had to really work on the prompts to get realistic explosions, a plane in flight, and bring a rocket to life, all while keeping the original style from Midjourney. I'm sure that over time we'll have even more control over this, especially since we're still in the alpha stage of Runway's third generation. Midjourney was a great help for transitioning between the nuclear explosion shot and the first human spaceflight. It allows you to create very precise transitions in shape and composition by using the first shot as a compositional reference for generating the next one. This is the true power of AI generation. You can create exactly the shot you need as you go. I want to highlight the work on the moon landing scene. To keep it historically accurate, I found an original photo from the Apollo 11 mission, reconstructed by NASA, and used it as a reference in Midjourney. This gave me more flexibility in creating a transition scene from the past to the future. To enhance the image, I did some extra work in Photoshop using Generative Fill to make it more visually appealing. Finally, I asked Runway to make the astronaut jump into the future. It's insane. We're ready for stage 3 of our journey of the spirit. This is our look into the future, closely connected to the idea of uniting humanity and taking our species beyond the solar system. We'll gradually move from a wide shot of a new planet to a close-up of a human colony, passing through the evolution of time, symbolized by water and a blooming flower. Stylistically, I wanted to go beyond realism and visualize everything on the edge of graphic art and computer graphics to create a futuristic feel. At the center of this story is a futuristic character, a human-machine hybrid guiding the viewer toward the idea of our species' technological evolution. This is especially relevant now, as generative networks are starting to change our everyday lives. This character also represents the core, the deepest, and most spiritual part of our inner journey in this moment. For these scenes, I followed a consistent process. I created a series of stylistic and colorful images in Midjourney, fine-tuned the visuals in Photoshop, brought the animations to life with Runway, and then enhanced everything with Topaz. In the final part of this stage, we return to the moment where it all began, symbolizing the cycle of our existence. The exit happens suddenly, and for the main visual I chose a realistic eye in a macro style. Once everything was ready, I started combining all our shots into a single scene in After Effects. To add depth to the final scene, I integrated one of the videos previously generated in Runway into the final sequence before the transition. This is always a good technique that helps computer graphics look more natural and seamless. For the final shot, I used an image from the first shot in this video, removed the key element that triggered the crisis, the car, and brought it to life with Runway. This brings the whole story full circle. A bit of color correction to unify the scene, and we're ready for rendering and moving on to sound design, adding the voiceover and background music. Sound is a huge part of any video's success. Without it, or if you only use music and voiceover, you can't really achieve that realistic feel. I encourage everyone to take the time to create rich, multi-layered sound design for your stories. For my project, the sound design includes ambient noises, transitions, video effects, and speeches from famous people in the historical scenes.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
One small step for man.
On top of that, I've added a light narrative to guide the viewer toward the concept of the video while still leaving space for their own interpretations of what they see and hear. A few finishing touches to add some variety, another round of color correction, and we're all set. Enjoy the video!
There are moments in life that make us reflect deeply, leaving a mark on who we are. Look around and ask yourself, what am I made of? How can I understand this? Maybe I can find the answers in the past, in our history. I delight in our progress, but I'm scared what we can do.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat.
Or it never stops.
One small step for man.
Extending life beyond Earth and ultimately to other star systems.
I see our unity, maybe not now, but perhaps in the future. Don't be afraid. You were born to create and inspire.
Thanks for watching until the end. If you liked this detailed breakdown, let me know in the comments. Your feedback really helps in exploring this new direction. See you soon.